Hey guys, so it was requested for me to do a look that's kind of neutral, just kind of everyday eyes, but a bold lip. So that's what I'm going to do for you guys today. I have a few different options of bold lips, where depending on how brave you are, basically. So before we get started, sorry there's a fan in the background, it's so hot and humid, so I need to, I'm afraid, otherwise I'm going to be sweating all my makeup off. And secondly, I've already done my base, and I'll tell you what I've used. I used the Laura Mercier Hydrating Primer, like this, and I used the Bourjois Healthy Mix Radiant thing in shade 51. Yeah. Then I used my MAC Select Cover Up Concealer Line NW20, and finally my Makeup Forever HD Powder. Okay, so actually I'm going to start off with the eyes, just because I like to use, it's not necessary, but that's what I like to do. And we're going to use the Makeup Forever Professional Aqua Cream in the colour 13, which is a gorgeous champagne colour. And let me just move my mirror so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to get a brush and put this all over the lid. So now I'm going to take just like a nice, quite light brown. I'm going to take, where is it? The colour Patina, which looks like this. It's quite a cool tone brown, and I'm just going to get this in the crease with quite a fluffy brush like this. I find just wiggling your brush really helps. It places the colour and it blends at the same time. So just get it in the outer corner, I'm just going to wiggle it around. So now I'm just going to get a fluffy brush and just kind of make sure that these edges are nicely blended. You just need to go back and forth a few times and it should blend out nicely. You just don't want any harsh lines, basically. So like that. Now I'm going to get a pencil brush or something, just a smaller brush, and I'm going to put Patina on the lower lash line, just to even out how heavy it is, because if you don't put anything on the lower lash line, your eyes can look really dark on top and it doesn't really even out. Then I'm going to go in again with my Aqua Cream. You don't have to set this, it's really good, but you can if you want with a similar colour. So I'm just going to go in with that, with the brush again, and put it kind of the inner corners at the bottom as well. And you can do this before, but for some reason I do it after. There we go, that's kind of the basic neutral look that I like to do. Quite often it's just very easy for the eyeshadow anyway. So now I'm going to go with a brown eyeliner. I just like it, it's a lot softer than black, and also because I'm quite fair and I have a light hair, brown works really well with me. But if you don't think brown works, maybe try it grey, and that will give you a slightly softer look. So what I'm going to do, I close my eyes when I do this, but I'm going to do just line my waterline and my tight line. Actually not waterline, sorry, I'm just tight line, just the upper. And then just slightly on the outer edge that I don't, on the lash line, I don't like to line all the way in if I'm doing a softer look, just kind of like a third of the way in. And then I get a little smudge that comes with this eyeliner. You can use another brush, you can use anything really. And just smudge it along a bit to soften it. And then I just get the eyeliner and I bring it kind of the lower first third of the outer, I can't speak, the outer third of my lower lash line. And again just smudge it along to make it a bit softer. So now it's time for mascara. You can use whatever you want here. My favourite is their Real by Benefit. And I'm not going to put loads on, I'm just going to put kind of one coat and call it a day. And if you have trouble kind of getting your mascara smudged up here because you look up when you're doing your lower lash lines, just do your lower lash line first, it'll make it a lot easier. You won't get any smudges. So that's what the eyes look like when we finish with them. So now I'm going to do brows. Brows I always think are an important part of the face. Again, it depends how your brows are. I have really quite light hair, so I like to fill them in. But if you have dark hair or you're quite full brows and you don't necessarily need to do anything. Well, I use a mix of Omega and Copper Plate from MAC with a 263 or a 266 angle brush, but just use whatever works for you. It's just about making them look just a bit tidier, because they definitely do frame the face. So I use Omega in the kind of first 2/3 of my brow, and then mix in a bit of Copper Plate on that outer bit. Just because Copper Plate's a bit darker and it helps give me a bit more shape, but if I put it all over it can be a bit too dark. So there's one eyebrow done versus the other one. Okay, so that is the brows and the eyes done. I'm just going to put a bit of blush on now. And since it's summer, I want to use a kind of a bronzy blush. This is brand new, it's the first time I'm going to use it. It's Rio Mineralized Skin Finish from MAC. I'll open it up so you can see it without the reflection. I've swatched it, that's why you can see that circle in the middle, but that's about it. And I think this would just be really nice to give you kind of a bronzed but kind of pinky blush. I think this is quite, what's the word, pigmented, so I'm just going to be careful. I'm using Real Techniques blush brush if you're wondering. I'm just going to put it kind of like the top of my cheeks first, concentrate the colour here and then blend it this way a little bit and blend it out. I'm just going for a subtle look because obviously the lips are going to be our centrepiece. But yeah, that's a really nice kind of bronzed, healthy look. I'm just going to actually bring it up into my temples just to continue the bronze up, because even though it's pink it has this bronze colour in it, so it kind of acts like a bronzer as well. And just take whatever's left over on the brush and just put it down your jawline, just where you put bronzer really. It'll just be like a really nice subtle summer glow. Okay, so here comes the fun bit, the bold lips. So I'm going to show you two different ways I like to do bold lips. So the first one is going to be for those that are not quite as brave and just want to experiment with a bit of colour but don't want to go all out crazy. Okay, so I think I'm going to use Zen Rose because that's probably one of my favourite colours for doing this kind of look. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dab it mainly in the centre of the lips. Like that, and then you just get your finger or a brush or something. I'm just going to use my finger actually. And you just kind of just spread it, blend out, so you come with this kind of stain. And obviously you can go darker, as full on or as sheer as you want. And because it's a stain, more of a stain, doesn't have much product on it, actually lasts a lot longer. So there you go, that's kind of more on the easier side, sorry, I'm just looking at my finger, kind of easier to digest if you're not feeling super brave, you don't want to go for a full out lip. This makes it a lot easier. You can put a balm over it, you can put a gloss, and because you don't have much product on there, it's actually lasts quite a long time because it's more of a stain. So that's that, that's the first look. Okay, so now we've kind of gonna move on, we're gonna go for a more intense full-on lip if you're feeling kind of more ferocious, I guess. And for that we're going to use a red. Now you could kind of take it a bit easier and go full-on but with more of a pink colour like the colour I just used, but we're going to go full out. So what I would recommend is a lip liner. Now stupidly I left my red lip liner in the UK, so I'm not going to use one, but I would definitely recommend it. This is one from MAC called Magenta. And this is a great colour for using this is a great colour to use with colours like Zen Rose. But I would definitely use a lip liner, but then it's up to you really. So the colour I'm going to use today is Riri Woo from the Rihanna Loves Matte collection or something. And this has been one of my favourite red lipsticks at the moment. It's a very classic red. Not too cool, not too orange and warm. It's a very nice red, so what I recommend for this is a lip brush. Again, it's up to you. You can do it with just a bullet, and it's been done, I do it sometimes, but if you want the perfect, precise red lip, I definitely use a lip brush. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be using Riri Woo from MAC. You can use whatever red colour you want. I'm just going to get my mirror, a close-up mirror here, and I'm just going to go straight from the bullet with my brush, and I always like to start on my cupid's bow. Now this can take a lot of time and practice, so you might want to not be doing this in a rush. With red lips you have to really be careful, because if you mess up, it's really, you have to do some of your foundation again. It's just a real hassle. I hope you can see this okay. Okay, now the hard part of a red lip, I find, is the inner corners of your mouth. Look what I just did. Okay, the inner corners of your mouth, right here. So you need to take your time. Okay, so now I've basically filled them in, but it's quite light because I've been blending, so it's quite, there's not that much product on there. So now I'm going to go in with my lipstick and kind of just go over it. And that is how it looks at the end. Now one trick I do love is, and is very useful, it looks a bit strange, but if you put your finger in your mouth and pull it out like that, you'll get any lipstick that's on the inside of your lips and that could get on your teeth. If you have nothing on your finger, then you shouldn't have any problem. That's not actually from my mouth, that's from doing it with the lip brush, but then you should have no problem with getting any lipstick on your teeth. Okay, so that is my neutral eye with a bold lip tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed, I hope it was useful, and if you've got any tips or tricks or any favourite shades that you want to let me know about, please do comment below, and please subscribe, it would make my day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.